In 2020, during the conflict in Libya, a Cargo-2 drone tracked down a human target and attacked. No soldier pulled a trigger, no commander gave a final order. The machine hunted entirely on its own. That engagement crossed a threshold. Today, Ukraine functions as a live war lab, where companies test systems in active combat to prove they survive the reality of economic asymmetry. This soldier is operating a first-person view, or FPV drone. It is built largely from off-the-shelf components you can buy online, costing around $500. That $500 piece of strapped-together plastic, carrying a small explosive payload, can reliably turn a $3 million T-90 tank into scrap metal. Mass-producing effective disposable lethality has become the priority. Whoever can build the cheapest precision weapons at the highest volume dictates the pace of the front line. But a single remote-controlled drone is just the first step. The threat shifts when these weapons stop flying solo and start operating as swarms. Hundreds of drones can link together into a single intelligent system. They communicate in real time, instantly sharing flight paths and targeting data to surround and penetrate traditional anti-air defenses. Defeating an attack like this isn't about outflying a human pilot anymore. It is about surviving algorithmic saturation. The machines coordinate and react far faster than human biology allows. This automation gained momentum with initiatives like the US military's Project Maven. That program deployed machine learning to take over the task of scouring aerial footage for targets. Instead of analysts staring at monitors for hours, algorithms now process massive streams of video data, recognizing enemy vehicles and behavioral patterns in fractions of a second. But those early systems still had a glaring vulnerability. They required a continuous radio link back to a human operator. If an enemy jammed that signal, the drone went blind and crashed. That vulnerability is closing. In Ukraine, systems like Helsing AI's HX2 Karma drone use an onboard internal processor. If the radio signal dies, the AI takes over, locking onto the target and finishing the strike on its own. Cutting the machine's digital connection no longer neutralizes the threat. It simply untethers the weapon, leaving it to hunt autonomously. We are seeing this applied to loitering munitions, kamikaze drones that circle an environment for hours, programmed to strike only when predefined parameters are met. This is the Sea Shark 800, an unmanned surface vessel. Autonomous drone boats packed with explosives are actively navigating the ocean surface to strike cargo ships and military targets in contested areas like the Red Sea. The battlefield extends into the digital realm, too. The fastest-moving autonomous conflicts involve code actively attacking and defending critical power grids and infrastructure networks without human oversight. Autonomous warfare is an active, multi-domain reality. From the sky to the ocean surface and into cyberspace, machines making rapid-fire combat decisions are rewriting traditional military doctrine. To understand why militaries are eager to hand over control, look at the OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. It is the core cycle required to win any combat engagement. The faster you complete the loop, the more likely you are to survive. Historically, human in the loop meant a person remained firmly in the center to decide. Human on the loop moved the human to the outside edge, with only seconds to veto an AI's action. Today, we are moving towards human out of the loop. Autonomous kill webs engage targets instantly, making human participation mathematically impossible. Commanders are integrating AI directly into the kill chain to bypass human limitations. In a high-speed environment, human hesitation and morality are being categorized as operational bottlenecks. Despite years of talks inside the United Nations, there are currently no binding international treaties prohibiting the development or use of lethal autonomous weapon systems. This creates an ethical void. If a fully autonomous machine strikes a civilian convoy or commits a war crime, who goes on trial? The software engineer? The commander 1,000 miles away? Or the algorithm itself? The global arms race is accelerating toward a fully closed reconnaissance strike loop with zero human involvement. The concept of meaningful human control is becoming obsolete. Automated systems are actively deciding who lives and dies on the battlefield. We have reached a point where the critical decisions of war are being outsourced to the logic of the algorithm.